it's a little bit slippery. And what the cars, most of these cars were doing anyway, was scuffing tires. So put on a brand new set of tires, so go out and run 2 hard laps, get a heat cycle, knock that shine or slick, so to speak, off the new tires. And they did that with many, many sets of tires.
And I think this caution flag, this last caution flag, was probably a real benefit to Jeff Gordon with those brand new tires. He's able to scuff them real good. They cooled down during the caution lap. He put a heat cycle on the tires, and they probably will be pretty good right now.
Jeremy Mayfield's got some problems. He's on pit road, Dave.
And Alan, they're looking under the hood, which sometimes says it's a motor deal. It is not this time.
Trouble in turn 1. Ward Burton is in it. Todd Bodine is the other car. Yellow flag.
We might have a situation where 2 cars are fighting for the same spot then in turn 1 again. Would you think that'd be possible?
I believe, Benny, you hit the nail on the head.
Back to the caution. Jeff Gordon is the leader. Matt Kenseth will get a lap back. And 2 wrecked race cars sitting in the middle of turns 1 and 2.
And I kind of touched on this earlier. When you've got the groove is so narrow, when you're racing side by side, you'll run closer to the guy because that grip in that groove is so narrow. Yeah, he looked like...
Oh, it was a 3rd car involved there, wasn't it? Was that
Nadeau got in the back of the 22 car.
Oh, my goodness. Look at Todd's car go up and almost over when he made contact with the wall.
So, yep, Jerry Nadeau definitely got the back of the 22.
This is on board Bobby Labonte.
That's twice today that Bobby Labonte said, that was close.
Good to see Todd Bodine out of his car.
Yeah.
That was a hard crash.
Taking off his heat shields, off his heels. The floorboard on these cars are just extremely hot, so they wear little asbestos heat shields. Ward Burton's out of his car. And he's a little angry.
Can you blame him?
Not really. He wants to go out and wave to the cars when they go by, I'm sure.
And so the cleanup continues here at the Kansas Speedway. Already the 5th caution. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
So, Mrs. Petty, you called Kyle at the track and said, let's have dinner for 2.
Dinner for 2? Dinner for crew?
They're closed. Ma'am, were you on a cell phone?
Yes, I was. Patty.
I warned you about the static. That explains everything. Here, Sprint PCS built the only all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network, so your calls will be clear.
Thank you.
What about them?
I'm thinking drive-through.
2,500 minutes for $39.99 from Sprint PCS.
Hey, what you doing?
Playing solitaire?
I can take a hint.
Any chance you get, come to McDonald's for the hot and spicy McChicken or the Spanish omelet McMuffin. Made for you for 99 cents each on McDonald's new taste menu.
Wouldn't you love to go to Europe?
Yep.
Critics agree. Bandits is America's most wanted comedy.
That sounds really good.
The best 2 hours of entertainment this year.
Bingo.
Bruce Willis is perfect.
It's not that difficult.
Oh, please.
Billy Bob Thornton is absolutely hilarious.
I would appreciate it if you didn't mention that to anyone.
That's a real snappy comeback.
And Kate Blanchett is terrific.
You're joking.
What am I, invisible?
Bandits.
It's quite terrific.
It's a movie to see.
Whatever you say.
That's the spirit.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, October 12th. Trucks. Fundamentally tougher than any panty-laced car. Hey, no one ever wrote a song about his first hatchback. At Craftsman, we figured the only thing better than trucks is racing trucks. So we're the official tools of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Tough trucks, tougher drivers, and the toughest tools. Craftsman.
Shocking tragedies have occurred and America is in mourning. A long period of uncertainty and recovery awaits us all. The American Red Cross is providing life-saving assistance, including precious blood, food, shelter, and grief counseling. We honor our heroic relief workers, victims, and their families. Please call 1-800-GIVE-LIFE to donate blood or 1-800-HELP-NOW to offer financial support. Together, we can save a life.
Don't miss high-flying freestyle motocross action with Travis Pastrana, plus downhill skateboarding as the Gravity Games return, next on NBC.
So, you racing Saturday night?
The Kellys. Exclusively on NASCAR.com. America Online keyword NASCAR.
Sprint PCS presents NASCAR Winston Cup Racing from Kansas City. 75,000, filling every seat in the house for the inaugural event at the $224 million Kansas Speedway. We're under caution for the 5th time in the race after Todd Bodine and Ward Burton crashed up in turn 1 because...
you see the 25 car, Jerry Nadeau just drives way down into turn 1, gets in the back of Ward Burton, turns him sideways. There's Todd Bodine, has nowhere to go, and got some tore-up race cars. And
you know, Todd Bodine, the 66 car, and Ward Burton, he's a little angry. The guy's trying to restrain him. Let go of me, man. Look, I got to go over and talk to my man. And say, why did you do that? But you know what? The fact that 66 car was there saved him a lot harder impact because it really cushioned the blow for the 22 car.
I'm sure that'll make Todd Bodine feel a lot better. Under caution, they're going to take and clean the whole track up with some of the big jet blowers. So let's take a break and come back before the restart.
Beer is only as good as the ingredients used to brew it. That's why Budweiser uses only the finest all-natural ingredients, hand-selected to deliver a taste, a smoothness, and a drinkability you won't find in any other beer at any price.
This one's for you, and you, this one's for you.
You're moving forward. You're moving
clutching the
on
wheel.
with your life.
Going left. You're going left. You're driving your race car.
Pocono in 83.
Firecracker 400. No?
Talladega.
Win a Daytona 500 house party with Bobby Allison. Just pick up a NASCAR Winston Cup Championship ballot from one of these sponsors.
Time. My win at Darlington in 75.
When it's your first day as a doctor, nobody does it like you.
Nobody takes a sample like they do. Nobody wakes up a dead guy like they do. Nobody steals a patient's sandwich like they do.
They're not idiots. They're just new. Scrubs premieres NBC Tuesday after Frasier.
Back at the Kansas Speedway, we're under yet another caution for contact on this very narrow, very tight speedway with typically only one group so far. And Todd, I'll talk to the guys who are having the groove trouble. You just kind of got caught up in this, didn't you?
Yeah, we our Kmart blue light special is a little too tight to start the race, and we freed it up there, but I'd pushed up. Ward got under me, and when you get side by side here right now, the way the racetrack is, you just have to slow down a little bit. And Ward slowed up, and I slowed up, and whoever's behind Ward decided he wasn't going to slow up and kind of run through Ward and spun him up in front of me. It's a shame. We had a really good car in happy hour yesterday. We thought we had a shot that went run up front. You know, we were adjusting the car. It was getting better, and we would have been around at the end in the front, but we can't now. But it was our best race car, and we're going to have to throw it away. But I want to say hi to my little punk and Ashlyn. Hi, baby.
I bet she's at home enjoying a sucker right now on behalf of Dad. By the way, Jerry Nadeau did apologize on the radio and his team passed along. I don't know if Todd got it or not, but they will be passing along that Jerry didn't mean to do it, and he did pass that along on the radio. Alan?
All right, Dave, Todd started 27th. He was up to 13th at the time of the accident, and it has put him behind the wall in the garage, along with Ward Burton, Hutch Strickland, John Andretti, and Casey Atwood. And let's go back to Dave Burns.
And we'll just sneak in here and talk to Ward real quick. Ward, Jerry's apologized on the radio for getting into you. You obviously had nowhere to go or nothing to do, did you?
No, and I know Jerry didn't do it, mean to do it. He's a nice guy. I probably lost my temper there for a minute. Just frustrating. You know, the Caterpillar team works really hard to give me good cars. Came from 36th running 14th and was just biding my time, waiting for it to open up. The guys in front of me were bottlenecking, and we just had to slow down going in the corner. Jerry didn't, but that's the 11th time this year I've gotten the hell knocked out of me. It just gets frustrating after a while.
And even that can hard. And the fact that he won at Darlington, guys, that's hard to balance off those 11 times that he's been wrecked that he just talked about.
So Ward Burton's day most likely done with a very badly damaged race car. Meantime, Jerry Nadeau is in 12th position. Let's check our NASCAR Busch Series update. Yesterday, 300-miler here at the Kansas Speedway. Jeff Green, for the second week in a row, is the winner, and the second week in a row, his team made a little strategy call late in the event that got him up front. This time, they did not make a late pit stop when a lot of others did. Jason Keller among them, who was leading late in the race. He wound up 5th. Championship standings, Kevin Harvick had a very bad day yesterday, involved in a crash. He lost about a third of his lead to Jeff Green and Jason Keller. The Busch Series running in Charlotte next Saturday. Matt Yoakum.
And a little update on Steve Parr. Contrary to a lot of rumors, I visited with Steve Parr for about 3 hours on Wednesday night, and his eyesight is improving. Doctors say that tests show he does have 20/20 vision in both eyes, but when both are open, he does have double vision about 6 or 8 feet away. But more good news, the bruise on his brain has disappeared by about 70%. He has a lot of phone calls from guys like Ricky Craven and Ernie Irvin and their doctors about what they experienced in their accidents and how long it took them to get back to 100% and how long the healing process took. And Park is very encouraged. In fact, last weekend, he's doing so well, he detailed his Harley, his Corvette, his truck, and cleaned out the garage. But he also told me that he will not return. He will not come back any quicker than the Saturday before he walked into the Busch Series garage in Darlington in the same condition mentally and both physically. So he says he is improving, and he can't wait to get back. He might come back and visit maybe Charlotte or Martinsville.
Hey, you know, Matt, if Steve's got a little extra time, I can drop my Harley by there. It needs a little detailing. There's Kenny Wallace substituting for Steve Park in the one car. In 20th place. You don't have a Harley?
Benny doesn't have a Harley.
Get you on.
Another rollback saves the day by saving you even more. Walmart, always low prices, always.
So, how's the food here?
Great, Mom. Pizza every day.
That's what I was afraid of.
Oh, it's not what you had in college, Mom. It's Papa John's.
But you need variety.
Variety? I get it with Papa John's thin or original crust, great fresh veggies, and 100% meat toppings. And right now, a large 2-topping Papa John's pizza is only $9.99. Plus, a second large 2-topping pizza is just $4.99. I'm living better than I ever did at home.
Are you Mr. Dale Jarrett?
Yep.
Are we going to race the big brown truck?
No, I'm not driving the truck.
I'm going to hold my breath until you drive that big brown truck.
You have just completed the culminating training event into the United States Army. I want you to think about what it took to get here. This fire represents the soldiers who have completed basic training before you and those who are yet to come. You have what it takes to be a soldier in the greatest army of the world.
Log on and find out what it feels like. Only at GoArmy.com.
Next weekend, it's home sweet home when NASCAR returns to Charlotte. Saturday at noon Eastern on TNT, Kevin Harvick leads the Busch Series racers. Then Sunday at noon Eastern on NBC, the UAW GM Quality 500. Jeff Gordon's the man to beat again on a track that he's dominated over the last decade. NASCAR on NBC and TNT.
And welcome back to the new Kansas Speedway. Less than a lap to go before we go back to green flag action. Behind me, car owner Ray Evernham comes to the track every week with two cars, young Casey Atwood and the veteran Bill Elliott. Ray very unhappy right now with his driver, Casey Atwood. Felt that Casey might be to blame for the early caution in this race. Then also, he's very pleased with the run of Bill Elliott, that Elliott has been very successful so far here in the early going. Now, this set of tires has not been to Bill's advantage, but they haven't been able to get back out in front and run a number of green flag laps or even run laps in traffic. Every time that goes back to caution, those tires cycle a little bit. Bill is just a little bit loose in, but good around the rest of the track. Evernham desperately wants to get his team in victory lane before the end of the season. Brought two cars to this track, only has one hope left. Usually when you have a multiple car team, you go home more disappointed than you do happy. Alan?
Very true, Bill. How'd you like to be Richard Petty? Brought three teams here this weekend. One didn't qualify. The other two were involved in early crashes.
Get ready. Green flag.
Joe Nemechek in the blue and white car is the first one to the inside of the leaders, a lap down.
And as well as Nemechek ran at Dover last week, that this weekend they just failed to find the handle. Here's Rusty Wallace for the lead. Turn 3.
Fifth different driver to lead the race. Rusty Wallace, now Bill Elliott under Jeff Gordon for second. Here comes Ricky Rudd up on Gordon's back bumper.
And here's where Jeff Gordon has been struggling. Off turn 4 as he comes off the corner. The car is a little bit too tight. We told you what that was. And as you're tight off that corner, you're losing your forward motion. You're losing your speed, your momentum.
Behind these four, Johnny Benson runs fifth, Kevin Harvick sixth, trouble in turn 2. Stacy Compton. Yellow's out. Once again.
At some point in time, these cars have got to stop again. You think this is the time, Wally?
Well, they stopped at what, 53, 54, somewhere around there.
51.
51, 30 laps.
That's about a half a run.
I think I would.
Think you would?
I think I would.
Stacy Compton in the 92 started today in 4th place. Team needing a sponsor for next year. They've had high hopes for today. Marty?
Well, that is the debate right now with the leader, Rusty Wallace, and his crew chief, Robin Pemberton. Whether to pit or not, Robin just told Rusty, let's just stay right where we're at. Rusty came back and joked, I think the pace car is going to have to get fuel before halfway in this race.
Maybe so.
All right, let's see. They're going to stay out there. One of these sessions, there's not going to be a caution flag, and these cars are going to run a long green flag run.
But I believe, I'd be surprised if some of these guys don't come down pit lane. If I was 10th, 12th, 13th, I'd come in.
If you're the leader?
Well, we see the leaders going by. Here comes Nemechek, although he is a lap down. Here's another car that's a lap down. Jeff Burton is the first car, 10th place car. Here he comes. And you're right, a lot of cars decided they would give up that track position because it may go for 100 laps. Dave Burns.
Jeff Burton's car rolls to a stop right behind him. Matt Kenseth is going to take fuel only and no adjustment. As for Burton, he's going to change 4 tires and then get back on the track. So Kenseth is in and out of here real quick. Burton stays, gets his 4 tires, and now he's gone.
83 laps complete. A quarter of them have been run behind the pace car so far here at Kansas City.
NBC Tonight. You had to have her. A new Law & Order series.
Kill the wolf, throw the body at her feet.
The critics are calling a grabber with a strong cast, sharp and intense.
She made you do this.
It's as good as the original Law & Order.
We got her. That's her blink.
Law & Order Criminal Intent premieres NBC Tonight at 9/8 Central.
Ford drives America. And right now, it's easier for America to drive Ford. Introducing 0% financing on all your Ford favorites. Now, you can drive home a 2001 or a 2002 Ford car, truck, or SUV with 0% financing. Nothing beats 0%. And nothing beats the money you'll save on America's favorite cars, trucks, and SUVs. See your neighborhood Ford dealer today for this limited time offer.
Turtle wax, Grizzly grill guards, Rancho shocks, gas cans. Advance Auto Parts carries more parts than any other store, including one you won't find anywhere else.
We need some help. We need a lot of help.
Advance Auto Parts, the best part is our people.
A lot of folks in Hampton Roads think Suffolk is a far western suburb. Actually, Star Motors is closer than you think.
We're only 20 minutes from the downtown tunnel and Monitor Merrimack Bridge. And when you make the easy drive to Suffolk, you'll be rewarded with the most pleasurable car buying experience and our award-winning 5-star service.
Choose from among rows of Dodge cars, trucks, and SUVs, Chryslers and Jeeps. See the all-new PT Cruiser and Jeep Liberty.
So come see us for a great selection of cars and trucks.
And a one-of-a-kind star treatment.
The power of 4 full-time meteorologists, the Super Doppler 10 weather team.
The Kellys. Exclusively on NASCAR.com. America Online keyword NASCAR.
Coming to the green flag, a quick look at what put us under caution.
And see, Stacy's kind of the middle of everything right there, and it looks like his car just breaks loose, and it looked like his car has been loose since the start of this race, as Michael Waltrip was right there behind him. But I don't believe there's any contact made. What do you think, BP?
It didn't look like there was. Remember, Stacy Compton, the last pit stop, changed 2 tires only.
Bobby Hamilton in the 55. Now the first car lap down, trying to get one back from leader Rusty Wallace. It's Rusty Wallace leading, Bill Elliott second, Jeff Gordon third, Ricky Rudd fourth, Johnny Benson is fifth. The most recent caution brought out for Stacy Compton's crash in turn 2. He's with Dave Burns.
And we're back in the garage area. They're making some repairs to his car. Stacy, Wally Dallenbach speculated he might have been a little loose. Is that a lot loose, maybe?
A lot loose. Kodiak Mellon Dodge, great qualifying effort. The guys really hustled. Had a little problem this morning with motor and ended up having to change motors. And I don't know. We've been fighting loose all day. And Wally's exactly right. We just got a little loose. Caught it a couple times before, but couldn't catch it this time. And ended up touching the wall a little bit. We'll be back out in a few minutes.
Hate to have to ask you about this one, too, but you had contact with Casey Atwood on lap 1. What happened there?
Well, I apologize. You know, I thought I was clear. You know, I looked back. I seen Casey. I was clear on the straightaway, and we got off in the corner. Apparently, I wasn't clear. I hate it for those guys. They had a good car, and hate that anybody gets anything tore up, but I thought I was clear, and I guess I wasn't.
All right, Alan.
So Stacy Compton back in the garage area with Ward Burton, Todd Bodine, Casey Atwood. Got a tough start. And by the way, John Andretti is back on the track after repairs to his car.
These guys talk about loose, and that's to me, it's the worst situation of all. Let me show you what we're talking about by loose. And folks, when this thing ends, you're going to see just how terrified the driver's going to become. Go inside our virtual garage. Go down the corner. Once again, the preferred line on the bottom of the speedway. Kind of like the Kansas Speedway. If you come off the corner, this is loose. The back end kicks out, and you go straight for the wall, using that bank in trying to catch the car.
Mark Martin in the 6, Mike Wallace in the 7. This is 11th place. Oh, look out, Mark.
You talk about loose, that's almost as bad as our virtual garage.
And there again, I was talking about earlier, when your groove is so narrow, when you're passing a car, you have to get so close to them, and you lose the aerodynamics on these cars. And that's exactly what I think happened to Mark there.
That's right. He was on the inside. He lost his aerodynamics, and also the side of the car, he had no air to lean against because he was beside the car.
It's a good save. Good save by Mark Martin.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. He fell back to the 18th spot. Let's go take another look at it. This is from Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s onboard camera.
And if you watch Mark go down on the inside, these cars get so close to each other, Mark just loses the air on the car. Like I said, that was a heck of a save.
And I'm not sure how Mike Wallace had presence of mind enough to know that Mark was in trouble. Normally, that would have been a crash that was taking both cars out.
Well, I'll tell you what, sometimes, BP, when you're in that situation, and Mark was so close to the 7 cars window, you can feel that air being blown on the back of your neck from Mark Martin's car. So, you know, uh-oh, I got somebody very close to me. And you just turn the car up the racetrack a little bit.
Looking down on the Kansas Speedway from our U.S. Army Skycam, courtesy of the United States Army and Army of One.
Well, the Cheerios Dodge of John Andretti made a couple of laps. He's now back in the garage area.
And he got sent there by NASCAR, Benny, because the repairs they made to the car, they put a new nose piece on it. And NASCAR wants to have a look at it, make sure it's one that is approved and so on. So we're quite sure about the work that they did.
Mike Wallace, a 7 car. Junior trying to get by. On board with Bobby Labonte as we watch this. Talked to Buddy Barnes, the crew chief on Mike Wallace's car this morning. It's a brand new race car. And he said Mike felt very comfortable in the car. And it looks like, because he's down for the 11th spot right now, takes it away from Junior from the outside.
He must have watched your lap earlier, BP.
Yeah. Bobby Labonte right in the middle of this mix as well, and Marty has an update on his race for us.
Well, it's been pretty good so far, Alan. A little bit tight right now for Bobby Labonte, but his team back at the shop has been very busy over the last month or so. In 2003, there will be a body style change for the Pontiac Grand Prix. 2 weeks ago, Joe Gibbs Racing finished the first of those cars. They took it to the wind tunnel last week. It blew very good numbers. They're very happy with it. The plan for the 2003 Grand Prix is to take it to the track early next year, present it to NASCAR the middle of next year, but the first of those cars just now finished by Joe Gibbs Racing.
Talk about lead time needed to get something on the track. Building the 2003 car now.
You see, Williams Race Chase is Earnhardt Jr., Mike Wallace, and Bobby Labonte. This great battle is going on back for the 11th position. We can see it's a little over 12 seconds behind the leader, Rusty Wallace.
Mike Wallace, job hunting for next season. He is out of the 7 car at the end of this year. I talked with him this morning. I said, so how's it going? He said, going fine where this race car is concerned. Got anything I can drive next year?
See Sterling Marlin coming up right behind Johnny Benson trying to take over. That's the battle for the 5th spot. And folks, we've showed you the tight and we've showed you loose. The problem with these race cars today, as they burn fuel off. After all, fuel weighs about 6 pounds to the gallon. There's 22 gallons of fuel. So as that weight is burned off, they start picking up push in the nose. So for the car to be balanced at the end of a run, they need to start the car at the beginning of the run so loose. One of the crew chiefs told me that that's when the drivers need to put on those big boy pants and get up on that wheel, because it's not going to be very comfortable for 25 or 30 laps.
Taken to the inside of Benson. I think Johnny knows Sterling has the faster car at this point.
And it doesn't look like he cares.
Talked about the potential for first-time winners today. Benson seeking his first NASCAR Winston Cup win. Pit road for Hut Strickland.
We're told that a transmission has failed on Hut Strickland's car. There we see Benson finally lost that 5th position to Sterling Marlin.
See, he did care.
He did care after all.
So now if we're going to have a first-time winner, we've got to go back to the 6th spot to find someone who hasn't won a race, a NASCAR Winston Cup race.
Bill Weber.
Well, Alan, Johnny Benson is one of a number of teams that we're testing here on September 10th. Then the incidents the morning of September 11th terminated that test for many teams. Benson and his crew decided to leave the track after the attacks on New York, Washington, and the incident in Pennsylvania. Obviously, they could not fly. They drove 1,044 miles from the infield here in Kansas City to their shop back in Concord. They were one of the few people able to get rental cars and make that trip. The test on that day, the 10th, was favorable and may be paying off today. Benson hunting, as Benny mentioned, for his first Winston Cup win. But the date of September 11th lives with this team for many reasons. And one of them was that trip home.
You know, it really is amazing when you go into a rental car lot today and pick up your car, you can't find any license plates of the state you're in.
Yeah.
We came into Missouri here to the airport. You go to the lot and it's all Montana, California, Texas. The car that I'm driving has a Texas license plate.
Johnny Benson running in 6th, but he had a really close call a few minutes ago trying to put a lap on Joe Nemechek up in turn 4.
He came up off the corner, and Nemechek did not get off the corner as well as Benson anticipated. Watch this. Little contact. Nemechek somehow saves the car.
Dale Jarrett in the 88. Mark Martin in the 6th. Back for 16th place. Jarrett's not shown any kind of strength today at all.
And I talked to Todd Parrott this morning in the garage area and asked him, "Did you make any changes?" He said, "I'm breathing, aren't I?" And in other words, they changed just about everything on the car this morning. Talking about the 88 UPS car.
Marty?
Well, and he was tight earlier in that last run. He said the car is rolling through the center much better right now. But again, he's gone back to the tight condition. They've really struggled all weekend. We talked about it in happy hour. They were making major changes to the 88 car in happy hour. They were not happy during that practice session. And this morning, things are not going much better once the race started.
I talked to both Dale and Todd Parrott last night, and they were still contemplating what exactly they were going to do. They just knew their car wasn't what it needed to be to run up front today.
And, you know, when you get these drivers like Jared and Mark Martin that are just accustomed to running up front, when they're mired back in the pack, it's so frustrating. But they are experienced enough to realize they've got to hang in there and keep working on the car. Who knows? Todd Parrott and that crew might make a change the next pit stop that will make the 88 car as fast as anyone on the racetrack.
And the problem is, if you're tight to begin with, you're really going to be tight normally around other cars. So he's got that to contend with as well, because the air off the car in front of you is disrupting the air on your nose. So it's taking the air off the front of your car, which is making it harder to turn.
A little different paint scheme for Jarrett's car this weekend. The flames and the brown color and all that designed to match some paint they've put on a lot of UPS delivery trucks around the country and tie in with that whole "we want to race the truck" ad campaign. Bill Elliott trying to get the lead from Rusty Wallace.
And I'll tell you what, Bill Elliott has a fan right now. Probably the biggest fan that he has on how well he's running would be Casey Atwood. Because there's nothing that's going to make Ray M smile except the victory here today.
Casey involved in the crash, turn 1, lap 1, that took his car, which was qualified 5th, out of contention. Let's get an update on Rusty from Marty.
Well, a lot of debate, Alan, about stickers versus scuffed tires. We have talked about it a lot today. Many teams in the garage area during final practice yesterday scuffed every set of tires they had. That is not what Rusty Wallace's team did. Instead, what they did was scuff half and left half of them as stickers. Rusty just radioed Robin Pemberton. I like the sticker tires much better. They start me off a little looser, and that's what this car needs. To Bill Weber.
Marty, 2 stories down here. First for the 9 and then for the 10 on sticker tires. The 9 did almost exactly what you did. You said scuffed every set 2 laps. Johnny Benson right now has a number of set of sticker tires in his pit. In fact, they plan to put on stickers. Next time they stop, stickers for Benson, scuffs for Elliott. We'll see what happens.
Right now, if that's what he likes, that's what he's going to get. And obviously, Rusty knows he needs his car a little bit looser, like you said earlier, Benny, because his cars are going to get tight. But right now, he looks like his car is a little tighter than that 9 car. That 9 car is about to take advantage of it because he can stay on the bottom of the racetrack lower, getting off the corners.
Cross alongside for the lead. Will Rusty give it to him?
Not without a fight, he won't.
But right here is where the 9 car is strong. But he had to pull the car down a little bit because the preferred line is to slide the car up against the wall.
Hey, I see some light at the end of the tunnel on the second groove. And we're not even halfway.
Inside. Inside.
Rusty hanging pretty tough on the outside.
Clear.
Remember what happened to Mark Martin a little while ago when he ran into turn 1 to the inside of Mike Wallace. Bill backing off a little early to make sure that doesn't happen to him.
Exactly right. Uh-oh. Whatever problem the 90 car had, it looks to be terminal now.
Transmission troubles reported earlier for Hud Strickland. Alabama driver going to be headed back behind the wall, it looks like. Wasn't it just talking about Bill Elliott not wanting to get loose under Rusty? Wasn't it just Dover last week? He was under Bobby Labonte early in the race, and the car snapped loose on him in the corner. They collided and wrecked. He's got way too good a car to take a chance on that happening right now. We're not even halfway through at Kansas City. Back with more after this.
What's going on?
Hey. Wow, this is nice. But I thought Stacy said if you bought new tools, she gets a new dining room set. Yeah, she did. So where are the table and chairs? You're standing on them.
Fine woodworking tools from Rigid. Name proven by pros since 1923. Take our innovative oscillating sander that converts from a spindle to belt sander in seconds. Rigid. Buy them at the Home Depot.
Tommy, you know what mystery meat is? Well, that's what's in these formed and pressed nuggets that you've got here. You could be having KFC popcorn chicken.
KFC's crispy popcorn chicken is back. Get an individual size for only $1.99 or a party size for $6.99.
There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
The Dew Crew.
Hey, guys. $9.5. Not bad. You better not do this on Sunday.
The Dew Crew. Fueled by Mountain Dew.
How'd this happen?
I said I wanted to go hiking tomorrow, not bring home sorrow.
Hey.
It's not even close.
I heard what I heard. Do you have a cellular phone?
Yeah.
It's the static. Here. Sprint PCS built the only all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network, so all your calls will be clear.
Thanks.
Sir, ma'am, Charlie.
Mama, écoute.
2,500 minutes for $39.99 from Sprint PCS.
Tommy, you know what mystery meat is? Well, that's what's in these formed and pressed nuggets that you've got here. You could be having KFC popcorn chicken.
KFC's crispy popcorn chicken is back. Get an individual size for only $1.99 or a party size for $6.99.
There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
Sprint PCS presents NASCAR Winston Cup Series racing from Kansas Speedway. Brought to you by Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular. By Casey Atwood and the Dew Crew, fueled by Mountain Dew. By the Home Depot, the official home improvement warehouse of NASCAR. and by UPS, the official delivery company of NASCAR. We want to race the truck. People love the truck.
Entering the window for green flag pit stops, Marty.
Well, the pole sitter peels off pit road, Alan. He was out of fuel when he came down pit road, was Jason Leffler. The car's been very good, but a little bit tight. Today, Burns.
Andy Houston's car was running, Marty, so they still had fuel. He was just a little bit tight. They made a wedge and a track bar adjustment, and now he's gone.
Leaders last stopped at lap 55. We're at lap 116 now.
We saw a lot of cars run out of fuel in a Busch race yesterday, so these guys can't cut it too close.
60 to 65 laps. Terry Labonte out of fuel.
He looks to be out of fuel. He was slow off turn 2.
And here's a change for 4th spot.
Matt, what's going on with the 5 car?
You're exactly right, Benny. He reported in he is out of fuel. The 5 car of Terry Labonte is out of fuel today. And Jerry Nadeau has said, actually Tony Furr, the crew chief, has made the call. 2 tires only for Nadeau, but they are going to stay for all of the fuel. This looks like it may be a fuel mileage race, and he leads with a full tank. Matt? And Terry Labonte brings the 5 car quietly into his pit stall. He tries to crank it again as they put fuel in it. This will be a 4-tire stop, and they are going to put scuffed tires on the 5 car Terry Labonte. He does refire the car. Meanwhile, his teammate, Jeff Gordon, is close for service. The 5 car Terry Labonte pulls away. And here comes Jeff Gordon down pit road. He was talking about his car was tight up off of turn 4 and just a tick tight in turns 1 and 2. They are going to adjust with air pressure, and they are going to put scuffed tires on the 24 car. Remember, we told you he put stickers on before, and the car was just too loose, but it has now gone to the tight side. They're not going to take a chance now. They're going to go with scuffs. As Gordon's down and away to Marty.
And Rusty Wallace will come down pit road, Matt. Again, they're going to put on sticker tires this time. The leader says he's very good. He starts a little bit free, but those sticker tires start him free. He gets tighter the longer the run goes. They will take a pound out of both left side tires to Bill Weber.
It's scuffed tires for the 9 car, a set of 4 tires that they got from Casey Atwood's team after Atwood fell out. Outstanding stop. Elliott was just a little loose in. They're hoping the scuffed tires will help that condition. He's on his way.
Ricky Rudd, Tony Stewart, Johnny Benson on pit road. Dale Jarrett's in. And now Sterling Marlin comes in after leading a lap. Marty?
Jarrett is here, Allen running 15th. They will make an adjustment on the right side. He is tight through the center of the corner. 1 round up on the track bar for Dale Jarrett. They put the left side tires on. He's back out on the racetrack.
It's 4 tires for Sterling Marlin. Left now tight, fuel in. Good stop for Sterling in that car carrying the red, white, and blue today.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is now the leader. Bobby Labonte moves up to 2nd. He comes in. Let's go to Marty.
Ryan Newman running 11th, 1 round up on the track bar. He is tied off the corner. On the radio, here's Roger Penske, his spotter today and team owner. He says, I like your line on the racetrack.
Here comes Bobby.
Marty? On the radio, Bobby Labonte was saying, I just can't get the car to stick into the corners. He is pushing really bad. They finished 36th at Dover. They fell from 6th to 9th in points. They really want a good finish, and they really had a great stop. Today, Burns.
4-tire stop for Mike Wallace running near the top 10. He made a radio adjustment. His radio was not working. They said he was tight from the spotter. Bill Weber.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s team had a bad pit stop earlier in this race when the right front tire got away. It cost them about 2 seconds in the pit, several positions on the track. Earnhardt Jr. has told his crew his car will be very good at the end of a long run. 4 tires and fuel to Marty.
And Mark Martin is in. He was loose early on, as we saw very clearly on the television set. And then they got tighter the longer the run went. It'll be a 4-tire stop and a chassis adjustment for Mark Martin.
Kenny Wallace is now the leader, waiting his visit on pit road. Of those cars who came off the pit lane, Rusty Wallace, far and away the clear winner. He's got about 3 seconds on Jeff Gordon and Bill Elliott. Gordon just passing Elliott on the speedway.
Kenny Wallace might be one of those cars that stopped earlier. We'll have to find out.
Well, I'll tell you here in just a second, BP. Let me grab the pit chart.
Back on lap 80. Here he comes now, so I guess he wasn't.
So Wallace in at 123. That'll put the lead over to Matt Kenseth now. And Marty Snyder covers the Kenny Wallace pit stop.
Well, this car's been all over the map today, Alan, for Kenny Wallace. He was tight on the first run, or rather loose on the first run, tight on this last run. They will make an adjustment on this car. It will be 4 tires for Kenny Wallace. He was filling in for the injured Steve Park. His best finish since he started filling in for Steve Park, 21st at Richmond. They think they have a car that can do much better than that today. 4 tire stop for Kenny Wallace.
Because we've got drivers on different pit stop schedules, the running order now is going to take on a very different look from what it has for most of the day. Matt Kenseth is now the leader. Kurt Busch is second. Dave Blaney third. Jeff Burton fourth. And Kevin LePage fifth. Then Robert Presley is sixth. Michael Waltrip seventh. Ken Schrader is eighth. Then you get back to Rusty Wallace, who's now ninth.
That's those cars that pitted on the caution flag on lap 80 that Walt and I wondered if they should pit or should not pit. Some of them chose to. They could still run probably for another 30 or 40 laps.
And out of those cars, let's not forget, Matt only took 2 tires. Is that right? And Jeff Burton took 4 tires. So that may come into play here in a little bit as well.
Their stops were on 82, Benny, and everybody's been getting 60 to 65 laps on fuel. So they've only got another 10 to 15 that they can run here before they'll have to stop.
Right now he's got the 0-2 car, Ryan Newman, a lap down, although Newman is trying to get by Kenseth now to get back on the lead lap.
Newman back in 22nd place. And that's important that he get by Matt Kenseth in case the caution comes out.
You're exactly right. I was just thinking of that. You say, well, gee, why is he trying so hard? He knows Matt Kenseth's got to come in for a pit stop. But if their yellow were to come out, then automatically he's a lap. Ryan Newman would be lapped down.
So on a different pit stop schedule, Matt Kenseth is now the leader here in the Protection 1 400 at the Kansas Speedway. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
The American dream. We refuse to let anyone take it away. So GM announces interest-free financing on every new car and every new truck, now through October 31st. Believe in the dream. Believe in each other. Keep America rolling.
The American way of life is energy in motion. Energy powers our lives and fuels the technologies that make America go. Williams is proud to help deliver that energy through more miles of pipeline than the interstate highway system, including 1/5 of the nation's natural gas. At Williams, our way of life is leading energy solutions.
You guys need a hand there?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long day.
When you need help with your air conditioning, count on your Bryant dealer.
Got some problems.
He'll help you save money, too, with Puron, the environmentally sound refrigerant. Whenever, wherever, whatever it takes.
For the people that I call my friends, we're just getting started when the long day ends. This bug's for you, and you, and you, and you. This bug's for you.
The Winter Olympics, according to Jean and Jen.
Figure skating. Beautiful. Graceful. Slow. Ice hockey. Tough. Driven. Slow. Speed skating. Speed? We'll show you speed. We are the fastest girls on ice.
The Winter Olympics are coming to the networks of NBC.
Looking down on the Kansas Speedway as Sprint PCS presents NASCAR Winston Cup Racing, the inaugural Winston Cup event here at this brand new $224 million track. And aerial shots from the Budweiser.com airship, brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR. Enjoy, race fans.
And Bill Elliott has blown up. The engine has expired. He smoked off turn 4. He's down on the apron of the speedway. And we see a lot. Well, maybe it didn't blow up. Something is wrong with the right rear tire. Did you see all the oil on the right rear?
If they had a seal or something like that?
I don't know.
We'll find out from pit road here in just a moment. The update on the Bill Elliott car. In the meantime, Kurt Busch has given up a top 5 spot to make his pit stop. Still Matt Kenseth and Dave Blaney and Jeff Burton and Kevin LePage out there waiting. Dave?
And Kurt Busch rolled in without power. The fuel light had been blinking. It did run out of fuel before he got down here. He was tight. They put a spring rubber in the right front. That usually makes it tighter, so they made a compensating wedge adjustment to the rear. Now they spray ether into the carburetor, into the air cleaner, to try to get it started, and he does.
And Bill Elliott has made it back onto pit road. I thought I saw oil on the right rear. Maybe it was a...
Does look like, yeah, oil, rubber, something right behind that right rear tire. Caution. Caution is out. Reports of oil. 8th caution flag of the race. And big, huge break for Matt Kenseth.
Well, not so big a break for Dale Jarrett, Mark Martin, Bobby Hamilton. Well, I don't know. Here they come. Bobby Hamilton gets a lap back. And here comes Mark Martin trying to get a lap back. And he will beat Kenseth to the line.
And that's what he was waiting for.
Yeah.
His teammate. Martin and Kenseth both driving for Jack Roush. So they'll get back on the lead lap, the 20th and 21st place cars.
And DJ did not make it.
Dale pinned right behind the pace car. Now, if you're Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon, guys that stopped earlier into the green, do you come in this time?
Well, let's see. We've got 130 laps to go. Yes. If you stop now, you can make it on one more stop. You got to stop twice anyway if you don't stop now.
They'll be coming.
Let's see how many of the leaders do come in and then explore the reasons why or why not. How about that? Kenseth, Blaney, Jeff Burton, big break for them. Michael Waltrip gets to stay on the lead lap. Kevin LePage, Robert Presley, Ken Schrader. They'll all be in. There's Rusty. Does he come in?
Yeah, they all. Here comes Rusty, follows him in. Here comes Jeff Gordon, Sterling Marlin. All the cars on the lead lap will be pitted. Dave Burns, Kenseth is coming to you.
And what a great break for them, Benny. He was radioing in that he was a little bit tight. They're going to go a half a round up on the track bar and make an air pressure adjustment to make it even better for Matt. Matt Kenseth now getting his second set of tires on the left side and getting going. Marty?
No doubt in Rusty Wallace's mind whether or not to come down pit road, and no doubt about the call. 2 tires only for Rusty Wallace, a half pound in the right rear. He was a little bit tight. To Matt Yoakum.
And Ricky Rudd hits his marks. He entered pit road in the 15th position as the 24, and everyone else pulls away. This will be a 4-tire stop. They had an extended stop on their previous visit because they dropped a wedge wrench. As now Rudd is down and away.
Boy, did he lose a lot of track position.
I think that was a great call by Robin Pemberton.
And, you know, the world is not the same as it used to be. Because used to be, Rusty Wallace would never make a pit stop unless he changed 4 tires. And now Rusty Wallace changing 2 tires. What's going on in the world today?
Wallace had been in at 119. So 20 laps later, didn't need the full can of fuel.
Maybe Rusty made that call. What do you think?
He might have. But by doing this, you expect, well, if they got to put a full 2 cans of fuel in, they will change 4 tires. Bill Elliott looks like he is back. He is out of the race, being pushed to the garage area. Burn a piston, they think. And I walked by this morning as the engine tuner was putting larger jets in the carburetor, larger jets to get him more fuel. And it still burned a piston.
Elliott led 33 laps today in search of his first win since 1994. Not going to happen. Rusty Wallace wins the race off of pit road. He's back out in front here in Kansas City.
Follow me, everything is alright. Started clear low, clear low. I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me.
And Cal Ripken joins the 3,000 hit club.
Run number 400 for Cal Ripken. Round 30 stand. Waves him home.
A new consecutive game record. Baseball's new iron.
Dad? Dad? Ready to go?
Yeah. I need a car.
Shopping for a used car will never be the same.
No. A convertible. A red one. With under 15,000 miles.
Welcome to Autotrader.com. With 1.5 million used cars updated daily, it's the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
You couldn't help me with a loan, could you? Can we help you?
Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
Hey, what you doing?
Playing solitaire?
I can take a hint.
I chipped a nail.
Try to hang on. I'll go for help.
Wouldn't you love to go to Europe?
Yep.
Any reason's a good reason to get to McDonald's for mouth-watering new tastes like the Hot and Spicy McChicken, tender with hot and spicy breading, or the Spanish Omelet McMuffin, a freshly prepared green pepper and onion omelet on a savory sausage patty, made for you for 99 cents each.
Honey, do we have a...
Trombone? No, I'll go buy one.
Unexpected new tastes at your favorite place, now on McDonald's new tastes menu.
Bring every ounce of atomic fury you've got to the EA Sports 500 at Talladega. One non-stop weekend of gravel growls, 3 wide eyes, and no-break asphalt dancing, all to the beat of your eardrum. 2 full days starting at a mere 75 bones. The track is pure velocity, and the action is pure electricity. So get your tickets now for the EA Sports 500, October 18th through the 21st. Call 256-3662-RACE or purchase online at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com. See you there.
Next Saturday, Julius Jones and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame return home to face the Pittsburgh Panthers. Next Saturday at 2:30 Eastern on NBC.
Don't miss high-flying freestyle motocross action with Travis Pastrana, plus downhill skateboarding as the Gravity Games return, next on NBC.
Sprint PCS presents NASCAR Winston Cup Racing on NBC from the new Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. And we look down, courtesy of the United States Army, an Army of one. There are 212 ways to be a soldier. Find out more at GoArmy.com. Boy, did we just see some big pit strategy.
Oh, we saw a little bit of everything there. 2 tires, no tires, 4 tires, 6 tires.
6? Really? I need you to follow up on that with me. Check our Coca-Cola family of drivers and how their days are faring. Jeff Burton, big break on that last caution. Got him up into the top 10. Michael Waltrip, same for him. Big break on the caution, was able to get back up there with the leaders. Dale Jarrett struggling all day. John Andretti involved in an early accident. Bill Elliott has just gone out of the race. And we'll follow up with him in a moment. Still working to clean up some of the oil on the track, so let's take another break here. The leader's Rusty Wallace. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
So, Mrs. Petty, you called Kyle at the track and said, let's have dinner for 2.
Dinner for 2? Dinner for crew?
They're closed. Ma'am, were you on a cell phone?
Yes, I was. Patty.
I warned you about the static. That explains everything. Here, Sprint PCS built the only all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network, so your calls will be clear.
Thank you.
What about that?
I'm thinking drive-through.
2,500 minutes for $39.99 from Sprint PCS.
Hey, boss, what are we doing here? Yeah, I thought we was getting some ziti. Enough with the ziti. You're here to lose weight. Gabish? Tell him, sweetheart.
If you want to lose weight and look great, nothing burns fat faster than Stacker 2.
Well, boss, what about this Xena stuff? And this Metabo whatever? Forget about it. This family only uses Stacker 2. The world's strongest fat burner.
Stacker 2. It's the world's strongest fat burner. Capiche?
Gentlemen, if you keep dogging it, we're gonna run all night. Now let's go. Come on, let's go! Move, move, move! That's better. That's looking.
What if stopping was as hard for you
Just run it off, run it off! Come on, show me some hustle.
as it is for your car?
It's okay.
Treat your car right with Ray-Busted Quiet Stop Brakes, new at Pet Boys. Keep your wheels clean and save up to $40 on these ultra-quiet, low-dusting brakes.
Oh, it's gonna be a long season.
All you need to know is where to go. Pet Boys.
My heroes don't catch touchdowns. They don't slam dunk. They don't hit home runs. They don't score goals. They don't give smackdowns. My heroes burn rubber. They fight steel. They bleed octane. They risk their life in every turn, on every track, in every race. My heroes race cars. Fast cars.
This Wednesday on NBC, it's the all-new episode of West Wing you've been hearing about. All-new West Wing, this Wednesday, 9/8 Central on NBC.
You know Rachel's pregnant, but Thursday, you'll find out who's the father.
He's in there right now?
All new Friends, NBC Thursday.
Just past halfway here at Kansas, here's our Napa Field summary. Green flag pit stops have bolstered the number of different leaders and lead changes, but the big story of the day, cautions and caution flag laps. What a halting start we had to this one. A wreck in turn one, lap one, and the hits kept on a-coming very quickly thereafter. Out of the race, Casey Atwood, Todd Bodine, Ward Burton, and now Bill Elliott's car has gone back behind the wall. Accident lap one for Atwood. Burton hit by Jerry Nadeau from behind, collected Todd Bodine, and then Elliott, who led this race for some 33 laps earlier in the day, but his chance to win went up in smoke just a minute ago. And we welcome you back to the Kansas Speedway. Alan Bestwick, Wally Dallenbach, and Benny Parsons. This brand new $224 million Speedway has been giving some drivers fits at the start. Just kind of had a tough time getting this one going.
It's been pretty exciting, but I guess we pretty much expected. Everybody's trying to get to the bottom of the racetrack. That's where the grip. It looks like that outside grip's starting to come in, but BP not quite yet.
Yeah, but just think how good this thing is going to be next year. When this pavement ages just a little bit, I think that next year this race will be a terrific race, and we'll see 2 3-wide racing.
Big pit strategy just played. We talked about it at the top of our broadcast. What happened on pit road today, because it's a little tough to pass on this new pavement, was not going to be just important. It was going to be critical.
And I think everybody's trying it out right now. They're trying 2 tires. They're trying no tires, 4 tires. That last pit stop is it's very, very important. Track position's everything here.
We saw Jeff Green yesterday run the entire last 100 miles without changing tires. Had a chance to stop with 20 laps to go, change tires, said no, I'll use the same tires. Track position is the key, and he ran faster laps the last 20 laps of the race than he run all day long.
Well, Rusty Wallace's team with just 2 tires on their pit stop puts him out in front. Let's take a break while the cleanup continues. We'll be back to Kansas in just a minute on NBC.
What's better than a celebrity weakest link? How about 2? NBC Tonight, celebrities play for the World Trade Center Fund.
You're not just a pretty face, then. Maybe you are.
And NBC Monday, it's classic TV stars.
Who's headed for cancellation again?
2 celebrity weakest links. It all starts at 8/7 Central, NBC Tonight.
For 90 years, Chevrolet has helped keep America moving. And we're not about to stop now. Chevrolet is proud to offer interest-free financing on every new car and truck we build. Every new Chevrolet, interest-free. It's one way we can help keep America rolling forward. Chevrolet, we'll be there.
Race World is your one-stop race shop for all your NASCAR, NHRA, dirt, sprint, IRL, kart, and Formula One needs. Others may try to imitate, but none can duplicate. Race World has everything for the race fan under one roof at the best prices. Diecast, scanners, cards, shirts, hats, jackets, coolers, flags, watches, glassware, clocks, afghans, display cases, and much more. Visit them on the web at raceworld.com. New merchandise arriving daily. If you want it, they've got it. And if they don't have it, they'll get it. Race World, setting the pace in the collectibles race.
I'm a man. I spell you.
Introducing the tough new crew cab long bed. It's the next frontier.
Next weekend, NASCAR on NBC and TNT continues. Note qualifying is Thursday night, prime time on TNT from Charlotte, 7 Eastern time. Next Saturday, the NASCAR Busch Series race, also from Charlotte at noon Eastern. Final practice on TNT right after the Busch Series race Saturday. Then a week from today, the UAW GM Quality 500 on NBC, noon Eastern time, as our coverage of the race for the championship continues from the Queen City of the Carolinas. Let's get some updates on pit road before the restart. Marty?
Well, Alan, we talked about the varying strategies, no tires, 2 tires, 4 tires for many of these cars. Impressive stop by Rusty Wallace's bunch, because a lot of the cars behind them took on no tires. They took on 2 in 7.03 seconds. Got some fuel in the car as well. To Matt Yoakum.
And also an update here on Jeff Gordon. Down here in the 24th, but they only took on 2 tires. Jeff says the car is still tight on both ends of the racetrack, but it is getting better with the changes that they've made over the previous stops with air pressure and chassis adjustments. But doing so, it's also hurt the car in entry, which is now a little bit more on the looser side today.
And Matt, the 25-car Journey Dude is going to do the same thing he did earlier today. Go to the back, make changes on the car, and try to drive it to the front. Crew Chief Tony Furr just told me they came in and changed no tires, then they came in and changed 4, and they just came in again and put a tape patch on the right front, made a chassis adjustment to try to get him better off of turn 4. Bill?
Dave, back here in the garage with car owner Ray Evernham. You come here with 2 good cars and high hopes and a disappointing finish. What happened to the 9?
We're not really sure yet, but possibly could have had our very first engine failure, and those things are going to happen. Right now, we're just not sure. Something broke internally. Not sure exactly what it was.
You see some water coming out of the pipes?
Water and oil, and that's normally not a good mix. Went under the right rear tire there, and luckily Bill didn't crash.
Frustrated?
Yeah, you know, to a point it is, Bill. We came in here with high hopes, but our program is going better, and you know, like they say, this is just a sport. It's not life-threatening. Tomorrow we're all going to be happy and we're going to go to work, and we're just going to, you know, I hate it more for our sponsors, the Dodge dealers and the UAW, and was hoping to get the car in victory lane, but if we keep doing what we're doing and getting there someday, it'll be our turn. Just wasn't today.
Thanks for stopping.
Thank you.
Very disappointing. Lost a car early in the race, then lost a very fast car here just past halfway. Back to Kansas in a moment.
Hey, what you doing?
Playing solitaire.
I can take a hint. Any chance you get, come to McDonald's for the hot and spicy McChicken or the Spanish omelet McMuffin. Made for you for 99 cents each on McDonald's new taste menu.
Wouldn't you love to go to Europe?
Yep.
Police officer, get away from the girl!
Even those sworn to protect can cross the line.
That's what I'm talking about. Just let the animals wipe themselves out. God willing.
Denzel Washington, Ethan Hawke. Training Day, rated R, starts Friday.
Another rollback saves the day by saving you even more. Walmart, always low prices, always.
Going a full 12 rounds is all about stamina. That's why I like high endurance from Old Spice. No deodorant protects better. And it lasts longer because it evaporates more slowly. Want proof? If you're not convinced, Old Spice will buy you a stick of your old stuff. Let me put it this way. High endurance lasts longer than I do. I'm working on that.
Sprint PCS presents NASCAR Winston Cup Series racing from Kansas Speedway. Brought to you by Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular. By Budweiser, with the crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. This Bud's for you. By Kellogg's, the official breakfast food of NASCAR. And by Walmart, always low prices, always. And with us today at Kansas, the Budweiser.com airship, reminding all race fans that Budweiser is NASCAR's official beer. Beautiful day for a blimp flight.
I'm telling you, every day we've been here, we came in on Thursday, and it was just like this, and it hasn't changed.
Do they have clouds in Kansas?
Evidently not.
We haven't seen any yet. Up next on NBC, coverage of the 2001 Gravity Games kicks off. High-flying freestyle motocross bikers and all the rest. That's next on NBC, and we're back under green.
Rusty Wallace trying to put a lap on the one car. Kenny Wallace, his younger brother.
Lead lap cars are the ones with the bubbles over the top of them. Just to show you how the lap cars are mixed into the situation.
DJ on the outside of Junior back there. Junior's the third spot. DJ, the 88, a lap down.
Rusty Wallace leads. Johnny Benson in the 10 is second. Then it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Mike Wallace up the track.
Looks like you scared a camera guy, and camera said, I want us to get a wreck. But Mike Wallace somehow saved the car. Never see the 17 car, Matt Kenseth, who was the leader when this caution flag came out.
Kenseth running an 8th spot now. And we look ahead from that group to the leader. 2 tires for Rusty Wallace on his stop. Benson with fuel only in that 10 car to move up to second. Then behind them, the lap car of Dale Jarrett. Then you get back to the race for third between Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon. An update on Dale Jr. from Bill Weber.
No tires on that last stop for the 8-car Dale Earnhardt Jr. Allen, coming off the big win at Dover a week ago. We all know what this organization has been through since the tragic loss of Dale Earnhardt back at the Daytona 500 in February. They've been looking for wins to motivate their teams throughout the season. And last weekend at Dover, with Wilson along for the ride, Jr. got a big one.
Last week was a relief. I mean, we really wanted to get another win before the year was out. And it came more sudden than I expected. And hopefully, you know, now we'll capitalize on some more strong efforts throughout the season and move ourselves up in points. We got a legitimate shot at finishing third, and that's maybe what we're aiming for.
So Junior on a mission today, and just in case you joined us late, yes, Wilson is on board in the exact same seat that he had last week. That seat ended up in victory lane with Junior, of course, Alan.
Yeah, and hoisted high to the fans there at Dover. Not familiar with the story. Wilson, the volleyball character from the movie Castaway. Junior said he got lonely during the Southern 500, and so they put somebody in there to keep him company. Marty?
Well, I was just going to add to what Bill was saying about Dale Earnhardt Jr. I did that interview with him, and afterwards he said, you know what I really want? I'd love to finish third in points. I'd love to finish top 5, but what I really want, I just want to finish top 10 because I want to speak my piece after the end of the year, and that should be a very good preview for what should be coming up at the banquet for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Today, Burns.
Marty, Michael Waltrip was having a great run. They were on the lead lap. He was terrible on the beginning of the race, and they kept fixing it. Michael's talking now on the radio about having trouble with steering. They're in the left front looking at the suspension as well as the brakes. There's liquid and rubber on the left front wheel, they're saying now. And so, Michael, the handle all of a sudden went away, but they were having a great run, had adjusted the car, had gotten to where it was racy, and now Michael has to give up laps.
Yeah, I watched Michael the last couple laps, and there was some smoke blowing out the left front wheel. So that's obviously they must have had a power steering leak or something like that, lost the fluid. And these cars are awfully hard to turn when you have no fluid in your power steering.
And they've taken Michael's car behind the wall into the garage now.
You folks can understand that. You've killed the engine sometimes on your car with power steering and tried to turn it. Wow, is it a handful.
Dale Jarrett in the 88 and Kenny Wallace in the 1 are racing for position. Unfortunately for them, it's a lap down in 21st. And they're sandwiched right in between Jeff Gordon, the 4th place car, and the 5th place runner of body to body. Let's get more on Dale Jarrett's day from Marty.
It's not been a very good day, but it was a good night last night for he and his team. Dale Jarrett was actually at an appearance with you, Alan, and his team was at a Royals baseball game, and now Dale Jarrett has a new friend. Here's how it came about. The team was in a suite at the Royals baseball game. Next to them was the owner and famous third baseman for the Royals, George Brett. Well, turns out George Brett's a huge racing fan. Honestly, he watches us every week, and he's a huge Dale Jarrett fan. So he came out and hung out with those guys. Called DJ on the cell phone. They arranged a meeting this morning. They met face-to-face, and already George Brett is planning to go to Talladega. They are fast friends, and George Brett is here today watching Dale Jarrett.
Well, I guess we can't say hello to George Brett then. Watching us on the tube. I guess he's here. Too bad.
George is here. Joe Montana is here. I guess George is up here in one of the suites, so we can't put a camera on him, but understand Joe Montana's here. Brooks and Dunn, you saw them sing the national anthem earlier, the superstar country music duo.
And of course, Benny and I are here.
That's right. And the biggest problem for most of these guys, Rusty Wallace is here.
Yeah. It's all about you, isn't it, Walt?
Always.
Rusty Wallace's lead is 7/10 of a second on Johnny Benson. Rusty's led on 2 different occasions today. He has led the most laps so far in this race. 62, the 161 that have been run. And let's get more on his day from Marty.
I think the team is honestly right now surprised that Rusty is being so fast out on the racetrack, Alan. They were very good in final practice yesterday, and that's been the case several times this year. Rusty Wallace has been very good in final practice. They would come out on Sunday, the car would not be as good. In fact, their only win this season came at California. Put California in final practice there. They were terrible. Robin Pemberton said he was really surprised that the car was that good at California. He said, ask me at halfway, and if we're leading it out front, then I'll believe the car is good. I think they believe now the car is just fine for Rusty Wallace.
Looking down on Rusty from the U.S. Army Skycam, an Army of 1. This is the 6th time the Winston Cup Circuit has competed on a 1.5-mile track so far this season. Rusty's best finish in the previous 5 1.5-mile track races was a 12th.
The question of how all this strategy is going to start playing out, I think you'll see in the next 10 or 15 laps. You'll start seeing where the tires are.
I think it's starting to play out already. As I watch the monitor here, the last lap, Rusty Wallace, they were at the top 6 cars. 4 of them were faster than Rusty Wallace.
Okay, and Jeff Gordon is one of the fastest.
Yeah, but a lot of those guys are on similar tires, though. Right? I mean, Gordon got 2 tires on his stop. Rusty got 2.
Benson
got none.
Take any.
And Dale Jr. got none. See the interval from Rusty Wallace back to 4th place Jeff Gordon.
You can see as Rusty comes off the corner, he's extending his margin on Jeff Gordon.
Now, update on the championship. The point leader, Jeff Gordon, runs 4th. Where does his rival, Ricky Rudd, run? Go ahead, you say that 5 times fast.
Oh, boy.
He's back in 12th. Back at 12th. Rudd has led on 2 different occasions for a total of 6 laps today. Started the race in 8th position. 212 points down at the beginning if they pass out the points now. And he still looked like, to me, he looks like he's struggling through the center of the corner the most. How about it, Matt? Got anything for us?
Wally, I just spoke with Fatback, Michael McSwain, Ricky Rudd's crew chief. This is the car is tight and has actually gotten tighter, and they're just trying to hold on until the next stop and see if they can try another round of adjustments to try to loosen that race car up. It just will not cut.
Yeah, that's what it looks like here, Matt. I mean, he's getting down in the corner pretty good, but right when he gets through the center, the car slides up the racetrack, and you can see he probably could pull up on the back of Dave Blaney's car, but that is going to make his front end worse.
Trying to get the 11th spot away from Dave Blaney, the Ohio driver in the 93. Blaney, one of those guys that short-pitted earlier on a caution flag, then got the break when all the leaders stopped under green. It got him back in sync and back up front.
29 car right. Yeah, he's got part of the valence, it looks like, maybe. I know.
I think
like a hose or something.
I think it's that rubber strip that goes down the right side of the car. Matt, do they know what it is?
No, they sure don't, Benny. But I'll tell you what, polling a number of crew chiefs this morning, they all thought the 29 car would be the car to beat, especially after his run in Chicago. But Kevin Harvick reporting in the car is absolutely horrible. It's tight, tight, tight. On the last stop, they only took on 2 tires rather than 4. And they also were going to put a rubber in the right rear to help free up that race car, but instead they just took on the 2 tires. And, you know, there's been a lot of speculation, guys, about what number this car would carry next year, whether it would revert back to the 3 or stick with the 29. It was announced this morning that Kevin Harvick will stick with the number 29, but go back to a silver and black paint scheme. They feel like Harvick has created his own identity using the 29, so they're going to let him carry it on.
Yeah, Richard Childerson, unveiling that car, said it was now up to NASCAR to decide the future use of the number 3 in Winston Cup racing. Harvick stepped up to the microphone at the press conference and said he felt the pressure now was on NASCAR to do the right thing with the number 3. Obviously hinting that he felt it should be retired from future use. 170 laps complete, 98 to go here at Kansas Speedway. Rusty Wallace is your leader.
How'd this happen?
I said I wanted to go hiking tomorrow, not bring home sorrow.
Hey.
It's not even close.
I heard what I heard. Do you have a cellular phone? Yeah. It's the static. Here. Sprint PCS built the only all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network, so all your calls will be clear.
Thanks.
Sir, ma'am, Charles.
Mama, écoute.
2,500 minutes for $39.99 from Sprint PCS.
A squad is a unit that's together, so you're only as good as the slowest person in your squad.
It's not about me anymore. We need to get through this together. Everybody gets the same training. It doesn't matter if you're going active or reserve.
Log on. Watch me become we.
Let's go!
Only at GoArmy.com.
Hey, guys.
$9.5.
Not bad. You better not do this on Sunday.
The Dew Crew. Fueled by Mountain Dew.
Next Sunday on NBC, it's the UAW GM Quality 500. Over the last decade, Jeff Gordon's dominated the racing in Charlotte with 4 wins. Now it's his drive for 5. But his main challengers, Ricky Rudd and Tony Stewart, look to make victory lane in Charlotte for the first time ever. Next Sunday, noon Eastern, NBC NASCAR.
So, you racing Saturday night?
The Kellys. Exclusively on NASCAR.com. America Online keyword NASCAR.
All this week, you've seen the premiere episodes of your favorite returning hit dramas and comedies in some of NBC's newest must-see shows. Tonight at 9/8 Central, check out the premieres of 2 new NBC dramas, Law and Order: Criminal Intent, followed by UC Undercover. NBC Premiere Week, continuing tonight at 9/8 Central on NBC.
I hate to miss it. I'm a huge fan of all those Law and Order series, but
you're going to be on an airplane.
You'll be on an airplane.
That's right. Rusty Wallace is your leader. Out in front with 92 laps to go. He's led the most laps so far today, seeking what would be his second win of the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup season. Jeff Burton having a strong run on the lead lap, back in 9th place now as we check in on Jeff. Talked with Jeff and a number of other drivers earlier this weekend. This is another 1.5-mile racetrack. Been a lot of discussion about the proliferation all of a sudden of 1.5-mile tri-oval speedways that have been constructed in recent years, and we talked with Jeff about that very topic. He said cookie cutter racetracks are not the way to go.
I'm not a big fan of running the same racetrack in different cities. Part of what makes racing fun is going to a lot of different racetracks, and that's how the Winston Cup Championship has been determined, and that's how we need to make sure it's always determined, is that the team that's able to be diverse and run a lot of different racetracks at a high level, that's the kind of team that has success. The more of these 1.5-mile cookie cutter racetracks that we build, it takes some of that away.
Using the phrase cookie cutter, describing similar tracks. This track very similar to Las Vegas. The new Chicagoland track very similar to Las Vegas. When that Vegas Speedway opened in '97, Benny, the drivers went there and said, this is the perfect racetrack for Winston Cup cars.
And I think the racetrack still, the drivers love to run at Las Vegas Motor Speedway because it's fairly easy, it's smooth, it's wide. The problem is that you get a lot of racing like this. Follow the leader. And I think that the fans want to see these guys side by side.
Is that a function of the fact that the corners have lower banking than, say, a Daytona or a Charlotte?
I think that the cars themselves have graduated to the point that lends itself to that. These cars are so dependent on air to get around the corners that once they get around other cars and start getting in that, what we call dirty air, then all of a sudden you lose the handle on the race car.
A lot of folks are saying that when the next racetrack gets built, which given the state of the economy might be a little while, but when the next track is built, why not build another Richmond or another Bristol?
I think, and I really believe that this racetrack or Chicagoland Speedway, if the ISC people had it to do over again, if today they start with a clean sheet of paper, I think we would see something like a Bristol or a Richmond. But 3 or 4 years ago when this process started, this looked like the thing to do. And another thing, this racetrack is only going to get one NASCAR Winston Cup race. And they feel like that they need other events to help pay for it. And the only other circuit that's going is the open wheel circuit. So they need a racetrack like this rather than, say, a Richmond. I don't know how good that open wheel race was at Richmond. It might have been the greatest.
I think it was a good race. It was a real good race. So I think that opened the doors up for the Indy cars to look at places like Richmond and said, yeah, we can hold events on these 3/4 mile. Of course, they run at miles now.
But again, remember, and by the way, you mentioned the initials ISC. That's International Speedway Corporation, a publicly traded company that owns a number of speedways now on the Winston Cup circuit. The Las Vegas track opened in '97. This speedway's been 5 years in the making. You don't change directions on building a speedway overnight. 5 years ago, they said, this is the perfect racetrack. And so Chicago and here at Vegas were Kansas, were designed on the perfect racetrack at the time.
Let's get back to what we've got going on right now, which is a terrific race. Rusty Wallace passing a couple of cars has allowed Benson and Junior to pull up right behind him, and Junior appears to be the fastest of the 3 cars right now.
No tires on his last pit stop for Junior.
Doesn't matter. Jeff Green yesterday in the NASCAR Busch Series race did not change tires, and he ran this fastest lap. Oh, and Benson blows up!
Right in front of Junior. Caution. Benny, you talked about it a while ago, what kind of strain was going to be put on the engines on this racetrack.
Oh, they were talking about the front stretch, especially the fastest part of the racetrack. These guys are going to be turning the engine just excessively.
Benny, Johnny Benson just radioed in that it blew up. He thought he smelled oil about 20 laps ago, but kept pushing it, thought he was closing in on Rusty Wallace, but said it just let go. Just blew up, he said, just blew up.
While he was running second and chasing down the leader. That's too bad.
And another thing that they talked about this morning in the garage area, the gear ratio that you need in the rear of the car that determines RPMs, they caught them between gear ratios. They needed one. It was the one they used was too much. The one that they had to use, maybe not enough.
There you go. Can't see much there, can you?
How ugly is that to a race car driver?
And that was oil on that screen, and that's what's all over the front of Dale Jr.'s windshield right now.
Nice job of keeping that car out of the wall.
Well, now then, we're going to stop, change 4 tires, and a gas and go with a few laps to go. Is that what's going to happen, or?
Pretty much have to stop here, don't you? Everybody was in at 138. We're at 185 now. And here come the leaders. Question is, will it be 2 tires? Will it be 4? Maybe none. We'll find out. Bill?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. said he doesn't care what tires you put on it. Just put 4 on it, and here we go. It scuffs on the front. It looks like they might be going with a sticker on the right rear and a scuff on the left rear. So it's 4 tires and fuel for Earnhardt. Marty?
A little tight, Bill, for the leader, Rusty Wallace. It'll be a half pound out of the right front, half pound out of the left rear, and 4 tires to Matt Yoakum.
The call for Jeff Gordon is 4 scuffed tires and 2 6-inch pieces of black duct tape. Also, they went down a half a pound on both left side tires because he was still tight to date.
And Matt Kenseth and crew chief Robbie Reiser discussed 3 separate adjustments before they decided. In fact, one, Reiser said, I've never done that before. They finally chose to make a wedge adjustment to the right rear to help correct a tight condition.
Fuel only for Jerry Nadeau. He's going to come off pit road with the lead. Rusty Wallace will come out second. Nadeau's team goes for only gasoline.
So that means that they're going to try to run the rest of the race without changing tires, because, trust me, and I tell you, Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, they've seen their last tire today unless there's something drastically wrong with the ones they have on there now.
Jeff Gordon comes off pit road 3rd, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 4th, Bobby Labonte is 5th, and Ricky Rudd moves up to 6th on his pit stop. 82 laps to go here in Kansas. New leader is Jerry Nadeau.
Going to Kansas City, here I come. They got some fine little women there, and I'm gonna get me one.
Beer is like a natural food product. The fresher it is, the better it tastes. That's why Budweiser has 12 local breweries right here in the United States. So you know our beer will always be fresh.
This one's for you. And you. This one's for you.
It's not for sale.
No. Some things are just too good to let go of. That's why there's Valvoline Max Life, the first motor oil formulated for higher mileage engines. Max Life conditions use seals to help prevent leaks and helps you hold on to your car for a long, long time.
Don't even think about it.
Valvoline Max Life.
Hey, boss, what are we throwing here? Yeah, I thought we was getting some ziti. Enough with the ziti. You're here to lose weight, capiche? Tell him, sweetheart.
If you want to lose weight and look great, nothing burns fat faster than Stacker 2.
Well, boss, what about this Xena stuff? And this Metabo whatever? Forget about it. This family only uses Stacker 2, the world's strongest fat burner.
Stacker 2. It's the world's strongest fat burner. Capiche?
I wish Dale Jarrett would race the big brown truck.
I hope I don't. I'm not driving the truck.
I hope you do.
I hope I don't. Do. Don't. Do. Don't. Do. Don't. Do.
Tuesday, Emerald has the right recipe. Now meet the professionals.
Hey, the drooling and
behind the apron.
It's just a little bronzer. You look like a penny.
And can you speak Three Sisters?
Nora. I know. Hello. Exactly. I mean, come on. That's my point.
Now I know how dogs feel.
All new Emerald and Three Sisters, NBC Tuesday.
Next weekend, the action is at Charlotte. The UAW GM Quality 500, noon Eastern Time, Sunday. It's NASCAR on NBC as the race for the championship continues. Here's our pit summary.
And you can see not a lot of change except Sterling Marlin goes from 4th all the way back to 9th.
Jerry Nadeau was 13th coming in. He's the leader now.
Green, pass to the right, pass to the right.
He got fuel only on his pit stop. As we get on to the restart, the bubbles are over the lead lap cars.
25, the leader. 2 is second. 24 is third.
And I would think Rusty is going to try to get by the 25 and go as fast as he can.
Off turn 4 would be a good place if Rusty could get it turned, get under Jerry Nadeau. But Nadeau appears to have a pretty doggone good race car.
Kenny Wallace in between the second and third place runners, not on the lead lap. Let's get more on Jerry Nadeau's team's call. Dave?
I did check with the team, Alan, and they put tires on about 50 laps ago. He was fastest at the end of the run. In fact, he called in for lap times compared to the leader, and Tony Furr's crew chief wouldn't even tell him. He just told him, you are the fastest car on the track. So they decided to stay with what they had.
Looking to run 129 laps on one set of tires if he goes to the finish from when he did take fresh rubber.
Oh,
Trouble.
we see Blaney around, and somehow the 4 car goes just below him.
And Michael Waltrip also into the wall behind him.
Some heavy damage to Michael's left side.
Ninth caution. Sorry, Benny. That went from bad to worse in a hurry for Mikey.
The other cars come back, racing for the line.
Michael Waltrip starting to unbuckle. His day ending against the turn 4 wall while the field is gathered up by the pace car. Let's hear from the man who was running second till shortly ago. Bill?
And that would be Johnny Benson. You had a great run going, but you had the hint there might be a problem.
Well, no, we didn't. I mean, at first I thought I smelled a little bit about 10 laps before that, but I thought maybe it's coming off rusty. I was hoping. But then it just went away. Just did that just for a little bit, which is sometimes normal during the race. But Valvoline Pontiac was really good, and like I say, we're just doing a great job. The guys doing a tremendous job, and man, this, just getting that close and kind of hoping to win one here in James' hometown.
And you had a strong piece, didn't you?
We did. I mean, we had room to make it a little bit better. We've been working on it as the race gets going, and thought we were going to make some big money for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America, plus the race team. But it wasn't meant to be. Hendrick's building us great engines all year long. Ain't going to complain at all. Like I say, every once in a while you have a little failure, and that's fine. I'm glad we're running good, and that's fine. So I guess, real good thanks to them, and everybody on this race team been doing a tremendous job.
See you in Charlotte.
All right, thanks.
Johnny Benson.
Leaders are staying on the racetrack as Michael Waltrip extricates himself from his battered Chevy.
Let's see if we could, what in the world might have happened in this incident. we're on board with Tony Stewart, and it's 3 or 4 cars up in front.
He just lost it.
The car just jumped out from under him. Now, that was the Blaney automobile. Now, what might have happened to Michael Waltrip, I'm not sure. But we know he's going to spin around and hit the wall hard with the left side.
Might have seen the first spin and got off the gas and got run into from behind.
That would be a good possibility.
And so they hook up the remains of Michael's car. Blaney fired his car up, drove it around, and even stayed on the lead lap here in Kansas City.
Over the years, we've gathered some of the brightest stars in insurance and investments, plus some of the brightest stars in securities brokerage and financial services. And we put them all together into one extraordinary company. Today, that company has a proud new name, Prudential Financial, growing and protecting your wealth.
Tommy, you know what mystery meat is? Well, that's what's in these formed and pressed nuggets that you've got here. You could be having KFC popcorn chicken.
KFC's crispy popcorn chicken is back. Get an individual size for only $1.99 or a party size for $6.99.
There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
The sleek 200 horsepower Chevy Monte Carlo SS. Green. The side you show the world is up to you.
Tommy, you know what mystery meat is? Well, that's what's in these formed and pressed nuggets that you've got here. You could be having KFC popcorn chicken.
KFC's crispy popcorn chicken is back. Get an individual size for only $1.99 or a party size for $6.99.
There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
On this particular weekend, among these particular drivers, no one has the right-of-way. NASCAR returns to Phoenix International Raceway October 25th through the 28th with the Checker Auto Parts 500 presented by Pennzoil. For tickets, call 602-252-2227.
NASCAR in the Winter Olympics on NBC.
Maybe I should be in the Winter Olympics.
NASCAR in the Winter Olympics on NBC.
So what lesson have we learned from that? Don't ever ride with Tony Stewart in the snow.
No, I don't.
I will. That looked cool. Stewart right now motoring around on the lead lap in 13th spot. Let's get some updates from pit road. Matt?
Kevin Harvick's stop took a little longer than expected because NASCAR made the team cut off his side skirt, which had started to drag, Wally, you talked about earlier. They also made an air pressure adjustment on the left side tires, went down a half a pound in both to try to help his tight race car. To Marty Snyder.
Well, Matt, it has not been a good day for Tony Stewart, although that skiing looked like a lot of fun, but they have really struggled on the racetrack. As you said, Alan, running in the 13th position right now. Their car has been tight. They have not been able to loosen up. No matter how many times they've tried to make adjustments to it, it still continues to be tight. Biggest concern, they're only 9 points ahead of Dale Jarrett for 4th in the points. Today, Burns.
Kevin LePage came in, topped off with fuel. They think they can go to the rest of the way.
And that's the car that's on the lead lap.
19th place, last one on the lead lap. There are 72 laps to go as they come to the stripe.
And not having that pizza skirt is not going to help the 29 car of Kevin Harvick. That helps stick the car. So having them take that off is going to be a little bit of a disadvantage.
Lead lap cars are the ones with our Williams race chase markers over them. The other cars mixed in there are not on the lead lap. And you see the front three cleared the traffic.
Rusty's got a scuff set of tires for this restart, so let's see what happens. Looks like he got through 3 and 4 a little bit better than he did before this yellow.
It looks to me like that his car is handling a little bit better after he has a few laps on these tires. Nadeau goes up the hill. Can Rusty get on the rim? Doesn't look like it. Maybe that's the line that Nadeau has found that lets his car run the best.
Fourth place, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has 2 lap cars separating himself from these front 3. Let's go to Bill Weber.
With Michael Waltrip back here in the Winston Cup garage, what happened?
Whoever spun out off before, and, you know, I just went to throw up my hand and back off. Nothing drastic, and evidently Derek, he didn't know anything about it. He just ran over top of me. We had a pretty competitive day going. We came in here and had to fix the spindle that Seal went out of, but certainly had a good car and was looking forward to running the rest of the race and learning. But we had that taken away, so a bad day for the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. We'll just have to come back and get them next week at Charlotte. You okay? I feel fine. Hi, Macy. Her birthday was yesterday and she wasn't here, so happy birthday, sweetheart.
57 car, Derek Michael referring to as Derek Cope.
The 0-1 car opposite of Jason Leffler on the inside of Tony Stewart, taking a spot away. That's 13th. And here comes Ryan Newman to try to take 14th away from Stewart. And does.
You're going to have to wait on the gas there. Rusty Wallace still applying pressure to Jerry Nadeau, but not able to get by yet.
And I think Rusty's car is a little bit tighter behind the 25. That's why he can't make the move. He's getting that aero tight that we talked about. Right there.
Up the bank.
That's where he wants to be. Now he's got some air pushing on that left front part of that fender. And he should be able to drive underneath 25. 25's not making it easy for him.
No, he certainly isn't. Nadeau does not want to give up that lead. And I don't blame him, and he shouldn't. And that's twice that Rusty Wallace has gone down in turn 1, and the car just will not turn, pushes up the racetrack.
Now, Rusty can get close enough to Jerry Nadeau getting in the corner. He can get Jerry loose, aero loose. That's what he's trying to do, but I'm not sure he can get there because it's not turning.
Here comes Rusty. He's got to run this time. See you, Jerry. Jeff Gordon says, see you, Jerry.
So Nadeau's team, the gamble does not pay off. Not in a win anyway, not yet. Wallace to the point, Gordon to second, Nadeau to third. Dale Jr. has now cleared the lap traffic. He is in fourth. And you've got Ricky Rudd in fifth.
Board with Jeff Gordon, check out some telemetry, see what kind of RPM, what kind of mile per hour that he might be turning. This is down the backstretch, the slowest part of the racetrack, and we see around 190 miles per hour, almost 8,800 RPMs around that. Front stretch should be a little bit more in speed and RPMs. Let's see if he's going to turn about 9,000 RPMs. And that's a bunch, isn't it, Marty?
Oh, yeah, that's a lot, Benny. And Robin Pemberton, Rusty Wallace's crew chief, these guys are normally known for creating a lot of horsepower, as is Jeff Gordon's team. You see Jeff Gordon chasing Rusty Wallace on the racetrack. Robin and I were talking this morning. He said during qualifying for Rusty Wallace, he turned 9,600 RPMs. That ties the most RPMs they have ever turned on a racetrack.
Wow. Rusty Wallace, we saw him there, over 9,000 RPMs as he tries to stay in front of Jeff Gordon. And you say, why would he turn more RPMs than Jeff Gordon? Because he isn't trying to win a championship. And RPMs, those are the things that kills engines.
Hey, Rusty looks awfully tight right now this early in the run.
He just cannot keep that car on the bottom where it needs to be.
Wallace came here to test on the 16th and 17th of September. Weather limited the track time that they were able to get in. But he felt like they'd learned enough to be competitive here this weekend. He has led the most laps today by far. He's led 3 times as many as the next driver. Wallace out in front for 92 of the 206 circuits so far.
Rusty's taking that car down to the bottom of the racetrack, getting in the corner, and it looks like that's where he wants to stay. But the car will not stay down. He goes down to the white line, but watch as he comes off how the car will drift up. That was not a bad corner by Rusty Wallace.
But in the meantime, the 24 was on the bottom the whole time. He's getting through the corners a little bit better than Rusty.
Of course, 1 week ago at Dover, Jeff Gordon started well deep in the field and had to dodge a lot of mayhem to come up with a top 5 finish and protect his championship lead. He's ahead of Ricky Rudd now. Rudd is back in 5th. And he may lose 5th spot. Sterling Marlin goes through.
And Sterling Marlin, the 40 car, they have had an awfully good car all day long. We're talking to Lee McCall, the crew chief this morning, said, what kind of changes did you make this morning? He said none. Sterling was very, very happy with the car in happy hour. And Sterling, if he could get track position one time, get in front, he'd probably be very difficult to pass.
Just a couple of car lengths between the top 2. What's the distance back to the 4th place car, Dale Earnhardt Jr.? There he is.
2 1/4 seconds.
What are you reaching for there, Junior? Wasn't for Wilson.
No. That's a volleyball that he has in his car. He was telling the crew coming back from Darlington, he felt like he was stranded down at Darlington, out there by himself. He said he felt almost like Tom Hanks in the movie Castaway. So the guys bought him a volleyball, painted it up, and called it Wilson, just like the one in the movie. So now when he gets lonely, he's got someone to talk to. A volleyball. What a sad state of affairs.
Isn't it easier just to push that button on the steering wheel and talk to a crew chief?
I would think so.
Matt?
Well, Benny, I'll tell you what, you're talking about Wilson and an appearance on Friday night. You wouldn't believe it, but there were actually 8 to 10 Wilsons in the audience. Now race fans have taken it upon themselves to getting up their own Dale Earnhardt Jr. official Wilson volleyball. So you can imagine how another trend is started by Dale Earnhardt Jr.
And getting them autographed by Earnhardt, putting them on a mantle, huh?
Earnhardt Jr.'s last lap by a little bit slower than the leader, so he's losing ground to Wallace and Gordon right now.
Yes, see the gap. He was 2 1/4 seconds. He's now almost 2 1/2 seconds right now. But it doesn't look like Jeff Gordon is losing too much ground to Rusty Wallace.
Sticking right with him. Fuel to the finish. Strategy going to be a question. We'll talk about it when we come back to Kansas City on NBC.
What if you open the vault for me? To catch criminals this good.
You might want to catch the next one.
Sure. You need police who can get under their skin. From the producers of Aaron Brockovich.
I got him on video.
And the writer of Armageddon.
Federation!
You see Undercover premieres NBC tonight at 10/9 Central. Ford drives America. And right now, it's easier for America to drive Ford. Introducing 0% financing on all your Ford favorites. Now, you can drive home a 2001 or a 2002 Ford car, truck, or SUV with 0% financing. Nothing beats 0%, and nothing beats the money you'll save on America's favorite cars, trucks, and SUVs. See your neighborhood Ford dealer today for this limited time offer.
Mark Warner is ready to lead our Commonwealth. He'll work for mountain people and economic health. Get ready to shout it from the coal mines to the steels. Here comes Mark Warner, the hero of the hills. Warner, public education. Warner, what a reputation. Warner, what a selection to keep our children home.
For 90 years, Chevrolet has helped keep America moving. And we're not about to stop now. Chevrolet is proud to offer interest-free financing on every new car and truck we build. Every new Chevrolet, interest-free. It's one way we can help keep America rolling forward. Chevrolet, we'll be there.
America on alerts. Stay with Wavy News 10 for continuing coverage.
50 laps to go as Sprint PCS presents NASCAR Winston Cup Racing from Kansas City. The duel right now setting up between Rusty Wallace and Jeff Gordon over who's going to hold the inaugural winner's trophy here.
And I think you're right, Alan. I think that's what he's doing. Jeff's car looks awfully strong right now.
And even 1,000 laps Rusty's led on the season so far.
And that is very, very impressive, especially the fact that he really hasn't been very competitive the last few races.
Wallace and Gordon have moved out ahead of Jerry Nadeau by 2.1 seconds. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is 2.7 back. Then it is 6.2 to fifth place Sterling Marlin. Rest of the top 10, Matt Kenseth, Ricky Rudd, who's fallen back to 7th now, Jeff Burton, body to body, and Mark Martin, who's very quietly picked his way back into the top 10.
Boy, Jeff Gordon's car looks awfully good right there.
Last pit stops for the leaders came at lap 185 of 267. A little bit far to make it on one tank of fuel if the race goes green from here to the finish.
Well, the 4 car made that pit stop for fuel. He's going to try to go the rest of the way without stopping. We know that Rusty's got to stop. We know the 24. We know every car out there on the lead lap, probably with the exception of the 4, know they have to stop again.
Why don't we find out what some of the crew chiefs have to say about their potential strategies toward the finish? Marty Snyder.
Rusty Wallace is the leader right now as crew chief Robin Pemberton. And Robin, car looks a little tight right now.
Yeah, it's a little tight. We've been fighting it all day long. It's pretty good. Biggest problem is what's behind us.
How much longer can you stay out? When do you have to come down pit road?
Look about 30 laps, probably 25 to 30 laps.
All right, it probably will be fuel only for Rusty Wallace. To Matt Yoakum.
And Jeff Gordon currently is following the 2-car of Rusty Wallace and Robbie Loomis is crew chief. Robbie, how is that race car? When are you going to stop?
Right now, you know, the car's gotten better and better all day long. You know, we're just going to see what happens. We've got a long way to go. Everybody's got another pit stop. I take this time to say hello to Gwendolyn and Delbert Payne. They're home.
Now, Jeff was concerned about getting too close to the 2-car because it's going to raise his temperatures. What'd you tell him?
Yeah, I told him, you know, just take care of it. Then you guys felt like, oh, it's going to be okay. We had to put some more tape on the front of that thing to get the downforce in it. Some of those guys are killing it.
Jeff Gordon looking for his 3rd inaugural win. Dave Burns. And we're with Tony Furr now, the crew chief for the 25 car, Jerry Nadeau. Do you need to stop again? We know you're low on tire wear.
Well, not really. Goodyear's bought a pretty good tire here today, and tires really look good. I think we can run the rest of the day on them, to be honest with you, maybe more than that.
How close are you on fuel, Tony?
Well, we're like everybody else. Everybody's going to have to stop somewhere around 245, 250.
All right, they hope they can make it, Bill.
With Tony Eury Sr., crew chief for Dale Earnhardt Jr. You got to stop one more time. What are you going to do?
Well, I really don't know now. According on where the caution comes out. If it goes green, I'm still sure everybody will probably stop the fuel on. I think we'll have to stop like last. 255, 2 or something like that. So surely nobody put tires on these. Just have to wait to see if the cost comes out.
Okay, that's the story from pit road, Alan. All right, Bill, it's going to be interesting. Ken Schrader smoking. It's being black flagged. No caution yet, though.
It looks like the car is still running at a pretty good speed.
He's on the lead lap in 17th place, but you could see waving his hand to signal those behind him that he's heading in.
Battle for the lead. Jeff Gordon is there. Coming off turn 2. He's got position. Rusty has no choice, does he? Oh, yes, he does.
But now here's where he'll push up the racetrack. 24 cut right back under. Didn't get too much room there.
Good run off that corner.
Rusty maintains the lead.
Earlier in the race, we saw Rusty and Bill Elliott dueling for the lead. And every time they came off of turn 4 and Bill had to run under Rusty, Rusty just out-pulled him down this front side.
See, Rusty was grabbing for something there. I don't know what. He stuck his hand out the window. It was almost like he was reaching for something on the windshield.
Bill Weber?
Ken Schrader on pit road, some kind of an oil leak. Schrader saw the smoke coming up through the shifter boot. NASCAR has asked them to shut it off. They're going to jack it up, put some stacks, some jack stands underneath, and try and tighten up some oil lines, see if that does it.
Look at the windshield of Rusty's car. Wally, you said looked like he was reaching for something.
That's what he's trying to do. He was trying to actually stick his hand out to pull out the tear off. The tear off is scrunched up on the windshield. And that lap, I saw him reach his hand out the windshield. How about it, Marty?
Wally, you're exactly right. That's what he was trying to do, trying to pull the tear off and then let it go. And what that does is it basically cleans the windshield for these guys. There's a little piece of plastic that goes over the top of the windshield that catches all the dirt. When they come down pit road, normally the pit crew members will pull it off and throw it away. Rusty was trying to do it on the racetrack. Looks like it didn't work too well.
Yeah, and that's very aggravating. It doesn't look like he's completely blocked by that view, but it's definitely in his way a little bit.
It is in his way because he only looks out that very little part of the windshield there.
We'll get that tear off in about 20 laps.
Robin Pendleton, the crew chief, talking to Rusty.
Right now, he's hoping every lap that it'll blow off, and it could blow off before he has to come.
Oh, he's got a car. Is that Junior? Has hit the wall hard.
From 4th place.
You all right, Junior?
Caution's out. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in trouble with 39 laps to go, running in the top 5. That's too bad.
Looks like an accident very similar to the one that Mike Skinner had at Chicagoland Speedway. You see the crew, the safety crew has walked up to Junior, talking to him. He's taking the steering wheel off. That's a good sign.
He's throwing it off. That's even a better sign, really. Well, now it's a big question on. I would think most of the guys would just go fuel only.
Fuel only.
38 laps to go.
Yep. Rusty Walsh will probably have a chassis adjustment to his car, but they can do that and put fuel in at the same time.
Here come the leaders onto pit road. Don't see anybody on the lead lap that'll stay out. Let's cover the stops. First, Dave Burns.
Even though Jerry Nadeau said my left front tire isn't doing much, they are only going to take 2 tires and fuel. Tony First said, don't wait on anything. They will take the tires now. Don't leave the catch can in. Bill?
Sterling Marlin gambled and won at Michigan. Gambling here, fuel only.
Marty? Rusty Wallace is already away. Bill Weber, 2 right side tires, a pound in the right rear to Matt Yoakum.
2 tires for Jeff Gordon. He's down and away. His car was a little bit tight. They were going to gamble, Dave. They were not going to take any tires, but they changed their mind at the last minute.
And Matt, the last thing that Tony Furr told his crew is make sure you pull that catch can out. Jerry started to leave his pit with the catch can in the car. He stopped alertly when Tony yelled on the radio to do so, but he lost valuable time as they pulled the catch can out.
We're continuing around the Dale Earnhardt Jr. car. Marty?
And guys, here's the tearaway from Rusty Wallace's car. He said, I don't care if you get the whole thing, just get the part that I messed up out on the racetrack. This was very bent. They pulled it away. He got away very quickly. A great stop for these guys, 7.3 seconds.
All right, who won the battle off pit road? Was it Rusty Wallace or was it Ricky Rudd? It was very, very close.
But watch Rusty pass, pick it up just a little after he passed Mark Martin. Watch him pass Ricky Rudd.
But there's the line. Ricky Rudd is clearly to the line first, according to that shot.
Now, if we can go back and watch that at full speed, it will illustrate how much Rusty was speeding on pit road, for which he's being penalized.
Really?
That was my point.
Oh.
You watch him when Mark Martin comes out of his stall, Rusty goes out onto the grass to pass him. Then when he sees Ricky Rudd nosing out, he steps on the gas and zooms to try and beat Rudd to that line. And he got tagged for speeding by NASCAR. Penalty for that, the end of the longest line on the restart. Goodbye chance to win. Let's check some replays. First, what happened to Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
Well, it's hard to tell. He's already in the wall. Let's go on board. We see the fire coming up from the back of the 8 car once again. On board, listen to this.
I didn't hear a tire go down, but it sure looked like
turn 1, guys. 10-4. You all right, Junior?
That thing just quit turning.
I don't know, because I did not hear the tire go down. Normally you hear the tire explode when it's low or has run over something.
Looks like they're all up unless the right front is down, which we didn't get a very good
Look
all
at it, crushed in now too.
Yeah.
So Dale Jr. has gone for the mandatory ride to the infield care center, and we'll follow up with him. But out of the race from 4th position after that so far unexplained crash in turn 1. Rusty Wallace back on pit road. Marty?
Well, Alan, Rusty is usually very excitable, but on the radio he was very calm. He accepted the penalty, and Robin Pemberton and he had a conversation about what they will do when they do hit pit road. They will take on left side tires here. They will then serve the penalty of just coming down pit road. They'll have to go to the tail end of the longest line, and as you mentioned, Alan, the shot to win probably is now gone, but they do have 4 fresh tires, can probably gain some track position.
And Bobby Labonte, the 18 car, is in, working on the right front of his car. You saw that little bit. We see the work going on on Bobby Labonte's car.
It's Jeff Chandler there.
You saw that little bit of fire out of Dale Earnhardt's car after he hit the wall up there. We have in our side of our virtual garage, we have an explanation what happens there. It's the fuel pump that sits over next to the frame wheel. Let's go inside as we peel back the body on our car. Up. There you see the fuel pump. And there you see the lines going to the fuel pump. And there's the frame rail. Right behind it, you see the headers. The frame rail, when you hit the wall, goes in, breaks those lines off the fuel pump. The gasoline sprays back on those red-hot headers, and that's where that brief fire comes from.
And so they tow Dale Jr.'s car back into the garage. He'll join Johnny Benson, Michael Waltrip, Bill Elliott, Ward Burton, Todd Modine, and Casey Atwood as cars out of this Kansas City inaugural. 1 to go is the signal at the start-finish line. And my, how the championship picture has changed now. Ricky Rudd is leading, and Jeff Gordon is back in 5th.
And Mark Martin has quietly moved into 2nd.
Now, I talked about Rusty getting out of his pit stall and speeding off the pit lane. Let's watch it now as he comes out of his box.
We see
right up there.
There he is. He's starting to move. Mark Martin is starting to move as well. And watch Rusty as he goes over and almost runs in the grass. And there he sees Rudd. He tries to beat him to the line.
What's the matter, Wall?
That cracks me up.
Guilty?
Rusty saw Ricky coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they forgot about everything last week. I forgot. He saw that 28 car, and he was going to beat him out of the pits.
No, I don't think it had anything to do with last week. I think he knew he needed to get out first.
Okay.
Matt?
Well, I'm down here in the 28 pit, and Michael Fatback was swaying. You guys gambled, didn't take on any tires. The 24 took on 2. You think your no tires will hold off his 2 fresh?
Well, I think so. I mean, 2 tires is tighter and traffic is tighter. So I see my buddy do it yesterday, and he had good success with it, so we thought we'd give it a try today.
And this is the kind of way that you guys, you told me before the race, you wanted to win the championship this way, racing for.
Be ready.
Yeah, the only way we're going to beat Jeff Gordon is we got to win races, win races, win races.
So we're back to green.
33 laps to go.
Michael